Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Farming Simulator 22 with our realistic series. But yeah, there was a horse, and I'm pretty sure it was a mod, and I just had it set, basically acted like a tractor, and so I had it dragging backwards and forwards, and it worked really well. And I think I used the horses to roll the silage and clamp. Now, are you going to go straight forward and go back into the crop over here? Or not? Okay, I can see what you've done there. You got a little bit carried away and then you overshot the mark a bit. So we're going to remove the hired help there a second. And I can see the distance that we kind of need to travel with this. So I'm going to go all the way out here like this, and this is where I'm going to set the hired help starting. There, like that. And then I'm going to go to this one. I'm going to go in here. I don't know if this is going to work. You go through there like that. And then we'll go up, round, and we can turn round on this. Basically, I want to try and get as much... Yeah, it's not going to work very well because of where he's going to turn around to come back down again. Unless he goes all the way up to the other end. Probably should have taken a little bit more of a bite. I'm either going to have to stop the hired help in just a second, or he will travel all the way up to the other end of the field. I'm hoping he's actually going to just whiz right down to the other end of the field. And not try and turn right there. He is going to try and turn right there. Right, that's not what I wanted it to do. So what I'll do instead is turn off that hired help there. And then you've got that piece that's going about there. So I'm going to go kind of here, I think. I go right there, like that, and then hired help again. Go over here. Oh, no, I want to spin round. And that should be it. We should now be doing full passes right the way across the field once we've done this little tiny bit here. There we go. You go and have that bit. And then we've got the whole field opening out in front of us, and once I've done like a pass or two across here, I think we'll fill this trailer up. Then we can go and start doing some planting. I think we need a little break from doing the silage. We've done lots of silage now, so we can go and do a little bit of planting. Really? You're just going to stop right there and not do anything else? You've got to the end of the field. You didn't even put anything in there. I do wonder about this sometimes. Right, they didn't even put anything in there. Are you going to be able to reach the trailer or not? Apparently not. Right. Let me go back over this way then, and got beside them. So we have a full pass across the field. It's not quite a full width for most of the field. It is for this little bit, but he will just keep traveling all the way across, and that means that for the rest of this field, we've just got one single bit that we're working, and they're quite long passes as well. I think we're doing really well with this harvest so far. We've done several times around the outside edge, and now we're well into the land work on this. I think we're going to make reasonable time. I'm not so sure that it's going to be as easy doing the sugar beet harvest, because I've got 2 fields of sugar beet there, and those, I think, is going to take a fair bit longer to do. But sugar beet harvesters are quite big. I might actually get a sugar beet harvester. Well, I might tweak the work speed of the header up a little bit. I think otherwise we're just going to be there for way too long trying to do that one. I didn't do that when we were doing the potato harvest, and that ended up taking a really long time. Like, I was there working away at that for the better part of It was well over a week's worth of episodes, and I don't really want to be doing that with every big crop that we do. How much silage we're throwing on the floor every time it does something like that. Probably a fair bit, actually. And there's another load that is almost done. We've got just a couple more 1,000 litres to go in, and it is completely squeezed full. All the way to the brim. Right. It's going to dump a little bit onto the floor, and we are going to go whizzing off up into here and tip out yet another load. I'm actually going to drive round a couple times with the full load in. I'm thinking this is actually a really good process for us to keep doing, because it's keeping this silage clamp reasonably well rolled as we're filling it. Now, obviously, I'm not filling it completely to the brim. Right, we can already see from the amount that we've put in here and the amount that we've got left in the field that we're not going to be completely filling that clamp up. I have no idea how many litres of silage would take to completely fill the whole thing up. But I'm pretty certain it's an obscene number. Now, we've got 395,000 litres of chaff in here already, which is a very, very large amount of silage. And I'm already on 75% squished down, which is awesome. I'm going to bring this one around, just shunt it back through this way. And I'm going to tip out, going in this direction. I'm going to go up over the top of that bit there. And I'm going to start tipping out, coming along here. And I want to go fairly slow here on this bit. Just because. And then once I've tipped this out, I will turn around and... Actually, I don't need to turn around. I'll just drive through a couple times. So we'll go up round here and I'll do another couple rounds. And I'll go out to the field, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and get the seed drill, and we're going to start working on planting one of the fields. We want to put wheat into one, barley into another. Oats, I said, are like a cash crop. We can take oats to the mill if we want to, but I don't really want to mess around with oats as well. I'm going to keep it with just, I think, the barley and the wheat, and we'll leave the oats out of it. Unless I specifically need a spring crop somewhere and I want more straw. But we get straw from several of the crops. Right, that's 73%. See, it takes longer and longer. The more you get in here, the longer it takes to compact anything down. But it's going to be about 75% in there. So I'll drive down here, and then we can go and get the seed drill going and start putting some wheat into the ground. I have the seed drill hooked on and ready to go and start doing our planting. We don't have any seed here, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to head down to the shop, get seed, and I'm going to need to get fertilizer as well. I have now remembered that I said I was buying the more expensive fertilizer to try and sort of simulate the fact that we are buying in organic fertilizer, so I will have a look and try and find that as well, so that I'm getting expensive fertilizer and also expensive seeds if I can find any. We will have to see. 2010-10, that's stuff that has been thrown onto many fields in the UK for many, many years. It's quite a popular one for grass. It's 20 parts nitrogen, 10 parts... the other two, phosphate and K, phosphate and K. What's K? I honestly can't remember now. Nitrogen is the 20s. 20 parts nitrogen, 10 parts phosphate, I think it is, and 10 parts something else. And I can't remember. That's really bad. Like, I've used this stuff many, many times. And I honestly can't remember what the other... Well, it's NPK. NPK, and I can't remember what the K is, because the P is the phosphate. But anyway, 201010, yeah. So if anybody knows what the other one is, please tell me in the comment section, because I can't for the life of me remember at the moment, and that's just going to irritate me. This is what we want. We want the fertilizer right here. We'll take this one, green for organic, and this is the expensive version as well. Now, how much do I don't want to get that many bags. How much does this one actually take? Let's have a look. We can hold 2,400. So I'll buy 4 bags of that, and then I want 1,000 liters of seed at the moment. Except, I think what I'll do is I'll actually drive down and I will go and get it here. So I'll get 6 bags and... Whoa. Completely forgot. We've actually got stuff in the shed over here. I completely forgot about the shed because it doesn't show up on the storage list, and I was looking on the storage list. But if we look in here, we've got pallet solid fertilizer, 750 liters pallet solid fertilizer. We got 4 of them in here, so I don't actually need to get any other. I do need to get some seed, so we will drive down and we will get some pallets of seed. And I might bring back a little bit of fertilizer as well, because I'm not going to need a whole trailer load of seed. And we do have the stuff there in that one that we'll be able to load up. We just haven't quite got to it yet. So that one's kind of on the to-do list. This one here actually says organic fertilizer, but it's the same price as all the other fertilizers, which disappoints me a little bit. I'd rather it was a bit more expensive. I know that it's almost the same price these days, but it's still it's still a little bit more expensive. So that's kind of why that disappoints me a bit. And these are all cheaper. I haven't been able to find any seeds that are more expensive. That's what I'm specific. I want them in big. I got to have all the same stuff, otherwise I just got to load it on by hand, and I don't really want to do that. Everything's the same price, so we're going to go with Pioneer seeds right here. That says specifically sunflower seeds, sorghum, more sorghum, soybeans, seed, wheat seed. Let's go with the wheat, because that's what we're going to be planting some of. So we'll go with that one right there, and yeah, I'm not going to get 8. Let's go with 6 pallets of seed. That should do for just about everything that we want to do. 5,700 euros. Get that one. And then I'm also going to get... I don't know how many pallets I can take. The oversized pallets. So let's just have a look at that first. Euro pallet over... 24? Huh. Okay. Apparently I can take lots. I don't have the money to buy 24 of them. And I've got a few of these already. So I'm going to just get like 2, I think. Actually, no, I'm not even going to get 2. I'm going to leave it at that. That still leaves me with 3,000. And there should be enough fertilizer to be going on with at the moment. It's probably not going to be quite enough, but it'll have to do for now. They're not Euro pallet overloaded, are they? Right. Let me... unload that one then. Stuff it right into the middle. And we're going to need to change this back to wood, doghouse, metal, Euro pallet, and then load. Right, so those Pioneer ones that I've just gone and bought apparently just don't exist at all. They're a non-existent pallet, and the game doesn't recognize them. I really, really hate pallets like that. Really despise mods where they make a pallet that isn't recognized by the game. Oh, how much I hate this. Big bag pallets. Right, a big bag pallet is not actually this one. It's a Euro pallet overloaded. Big bag, Euro pallet overloaded. Alright, I got 1. It's just that one. Those other ones just don't exist as a pallet at all in the game. They're not recognized as any type of individual pallet. I don't know what they are classed as, but we're just going to do it like this to simulate the people here loading them. Maybe I shouldn't do it like that. Just nudge those over a little bit and then put that one up there. Yeah, I'm aware that this is probably not the best loading, but quite frankly, I just don't care. This has really irritated me. I could have just gone and bought the game standard ones and not had any of this issue whatsoever. But no, I thought, yeah, I'll just go with these wheat ones. These look really nice. Actually, it's really cool that they've got this name on, but the person who made this mod didn't make them as any recognizable pallet in the game, and so they just don't work. Alright, that mod is, as far as I'm concerned, completely and utterly useless, and I will be deleting it as soon as I've used up these seeds. That's the end of that mod. It's gone. I will never be using that one again, ever. Make your mods so that they fit with the other ones. Like, I mean, yes, I'm not the person who's making mods, right? I don't make mods. I can't make them. But I still use them a lot, and there is an accepted standard that mods are made to. Mod creators, the mod community has basically kind of a set of things that they have all agreed to adhere to, or the majority of them have agreed to adhere to. So there's a standard across the mods, so that one mod will fit with another. And the reason they do this is so there isn't you don't have to have 1,000 different dependencies to make any of the mods work. You make one mod and it works with all of the other mods of that type. And that's why they have made so many mods, why the mod creators in general have made, like, they've come together and they've agreed on these various different standards. There's things to do with map making and all kinds of things like that. And there are a few people who absolutely refuse to get involved with any of it, who refuse to change the way that they're doing things. And ultimately, it seems to me that it harms the person who's doing the refusal, not the other way round. It just seems like it's not going to benefit the person doing the refusal in any way, shape or form. If they were to create their maps slightly differently, it would then fit with the vast majority of mods. But you will occasionally find a map that just doesn't allow, that the mods just don't work on it. And it's because they've made their map in a different way. They've coded it slightly differently and the mods don't agree with it. They don't fit in. And I just don't understand the logic behind doing that. Like, why would a person go and do that? Why hamper yourself and spoil the experience of the people using your mod when you've gone and spent so many hours making it? Why not make it in the style that everyone else is making theirs, and basically to the standard that has been agreed upon amongst the community as a whole? And that's what's happened with this seed mod, is the pallets are not recognized as the standard pallets in the game. Right, I can't remember where I said I was going to go and plant wheat. I think I was going to do wheat and barley in these two. So I was going to do barley in that one and wheat up in that one, I think. So I'm not entirely sure, but that's what I'm going to go and do now. So we'll drive on round and we'll go and get started on that. So we'll do wheat up in the old barley field, the one where we had to get rid of half of it. And then we'll come back down. I mean, I might be wrong. There might be some other reason that those pallets don't fit on our autoload trailer, but I can't think of any. Like, offhand, I cannot think of any reason why they're not fitting, unless they're a type of, they're a separate type of pallet. There's something about those pallets that is not the same as the other pallets that are already in the game. And why do that? Seriously, what possible benefit is that going to have to your mod or to gameplay in general? Is it just a thing to force a realistic gameplay so that you can't load it with any kind of auto-load trailer, and therefore you are forced to go and use a pallet forks? I mean, it might be. There are people out there who make their mods like that. I hate them. If I find mods like that, I delete them straight away. I will give a... I like to try and give the mods the stars on them. But if I find a mod that is forcing a style of gameplay, has been designed with what looks like... And you will actually find mod creators stating quite publicly, I've done it like this because then you have to play it realistically. That mod gets deleted from my folder because I don't like being forced into one style of gameplay. Quite frequently I will play in an unrealistic fashion. I like to cut a few corners. I don't want to be handling pallets. I've done that enough in real life. Same with bales. I just want to get them moved and get on with things. And so if the pallets are... If there's a mod that's trying to force me into a particular style of gameplay and I don't want to play that style of gameplay, I will mark the mod down. I will take several stars off of it when I review it, because there's no need for it. There's no need to code, like, to create, say, for example, these pallets, right? Now, I don't know the reasoning behind the pallets being something different, but there must have been a considerable amount of work to create those pallets and then code them in such a way that they're not recognized by the game as a pallet. And I'm going to do one final test. We will drive that trailer over round to... Actually, I can just pick one up and carry it. Over to our storage shed that we've got there, and we'll see if the storage shed recognizes it. If the storage shed does not recognize it, then that pallet is definitely being removed and getting a low mark. I probably may have mentioned this once or twice before. I just don't like any kind of mod that forces one style of gameplay. Unless it's... I mean, if the mod is stating it right from the start... If it's in the description of the mod, realistic mod, fine. You know, in the title, if it's, you know, there are some that are done like that. Quite often I got, well, let's say quite often, there are a few mod packs where you've actually got it written in the, with the mods, and then there's two versions of it. You have the realistic version and the unrealistic version, and they released two versions of the same mod, and so that there's different styles of gameplay are catered for. That's wonderful. That's awesome. That's absolutely... It allows me to make the choice of how I want to play the game. I don't always want to sit there and drive round in circles. I don't always want to sit there and you know what? We're just gonna go. We're gonna go and... I have to find out right now. I have to find out. Will this one work? We need to take off all the straps. Right there. And that one, and that one. Right. And we go up to here, and this pallet... It just says pallet. It doesn't say Let's go up here and have a look. Have I got any other pallets up here? I haven't got any there. That just says pallet. All the others say Euro pallet, don't they? Pretty sure that... Oh, it says pallet as well. Right, okay. Well, pallet, it didn't load up with the standard Euro pallet size, and it didn't load up with the other pallet either. It looks like the Euro pallet, and the shape of it is the Euro pallet overloaded. But I tried both options with the auto load on the trailer, and it would accept neither. So does it allow me to put them in here? If you pick up these other pallets and you move them, brings them in. This is not recognized as a pallet by the game at all. This thing just doesn't exist. As far as the game, this person has gone and coded this. Either it's a mistake, a really, really bad mistake. Yeah, I've just thrown it away because it's trash. Either it is a mistake, a really bad mistake, a careless mistake on the part of the modder, in which case I'll be expecting a patch to come out on that one, but I doubt it somehow. I suspect that is quite a deliberate choice. I won't be using that mod anymore. I will be getting rid of it. That is a pet hate of mine. And yes, I know I do go on about it sometimes. But anyway, we are going to go around this field a couple more times. And then once I've done that, I'm going to let the hired help carry on and finish planting up this field. So this one will all be done with wheat. Then we will drop down into the next field and we will do that one all with barley. Let me just have a quick look at the planting schedules. Yeah, we don't want any of those. So the wheat and we'll get both lots of that planted in here. So we've got the wheat and the barley going in. I said I wanted to do sunflowers in there somewhere, and I don't remember what other crop I said I was going to do. I think I was going to do more corn because I wanted to actually harvest corn as a combinable crop. The one we're doing at the moment, obviously, is not a combine crop. It's a silage crop, which is altogether different. We should be making a boatload of cash from our harvest that we're doing, which is going to be absolutely fan-schmabulous and wonderful and amazing. But we're also going to be short on corn. We're going to need some of that. We've got a little bit, I think, but we could do with getting a bit more of the stuff. So that's something that we need to be looking out for. And it's 5:20 already. Time is ticking away from us. Let me finish up doing the outside rounds and we'll put this going for a bit. We're going to work a little bit later this evening. We've still got all that silage to go and do. Yeah, we don't need to worry about the sugar beet yet. That starts next month. But I would like to get the planting done this month if we can, which means that my window of work is shrinking. Also, I just want to have a quick look and see, do we need to roll it? Because we didn't need to do any rolling at all last time round. I go to needs rolling. Yeah, that it doesn't need rolling. Like, there's no needs rolling coming up on the map. So whether for whatever reason, it appears that need is not on this map. Now, I don't know if that's a mod that I've got that's causing some kind of conflict or if it's the way the map is designed. However, I'm not sorry about that. I actually think that that's a pretty good thing. So I'm quite happy to keep that as it is. Alright, I've done around the outside edge, and I'm just going to line it up here. We've got some nice long run. Unfortunately, folks, that is all we have got time for today. A massive thank you to everybody who has earned their way into the Great Book of Names. To find out some more details about all the names coming past, please head into the description and click on the link to the Discord. It's a link to another video. The link is on the other video. Please also consider checking out the links there for Nitrado, who provide gaming servers for games like Farming Simulator, Minecraft, Ark, and several others. And there's also Fanatical, who will help support your gaming habit by providing you with cheap games and also giving me a small commission on anything that you buy using my link. If you've enjoyed this particular video, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.